Day on a Monday, a magnanimous, magnificent Monday, I decided I had something to say. I got something to say. It couldn't wait. I've been trying to say it on Facebook and they keep not letting me make my post. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it live. One way or the other, I'm going to get the message out. You know, everybody always send these messages that says, read this before they delete it. Well, since I started to gather a following, since I start to influence people, now folks are coming up on Facebook and they're not allowing my post to go through. I've been trying to send a post from the story that I found on the Republicans supposedly blasting MLB. I've been trying to send it for 3 days and they've not allowed me to send it. So anyway, here we go, here we go, here we go. Do not, in the words of Parliament, do not attempt to adjust your computer, your TV screen. I have taken control as to bring you this groove, this message right here, right now. It's Baptiste time. This is the Baptiste place. I got something to say. So I'm going to omit the logic and I'm going to say what I had to say. I don't know who's going to catch this. I don't know who's on. I see one or two people came on Facebook. I don't know where my YouTube people are. Maybe you got the bell and maybe you didn't. Maybe you don't know I'm there, but I will be there in a minute. Here's the deal, folks. All jokes aside, I've been trying to send this message. A couple of days ago, MSN.com did a story that says the Republican blast Major League Baseball for moving their game. Um, so the Major League moving its All-Star game out of Atlanta to protest Georgia's new voting laws, with critics is meant to suppress the black votes. Of course it is. Um, They've made their rallying cry, the Republicans, the Trump-OP, the TOP, the GOP, the ROP, the QOP, whatever they're calling themselves now. They've made their rallying cry for the 2022 elections, midterm elections, to be cancel culture, as if anything that has happened is going against the culture of America. The only people I know that's gone against our culture is them idiots that A, stormed the US Capitol on January the 6th prior to the confirmation of Joe Biden as the new president of the United States. That's number one. And B, a number two, idiots like Ron Johnson, who has the audacity to say that he was not afraid simply because he didn't feel that he was on their hit list. He said he would have been more afraid had it been Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter has never carried a noose around talking about hanging a vice president. They've never even done anything to this effect. So cancel culture should be aimed at them, not by them at the rest of America. I've purposely, I've purposely been highlighting acts of kindness, random acts of kindness from just people I run into and neighbors to demonstrate one and only one thing: that hate is not as prevalent as they profess that it is. That 10% of those people that were on the nation's capital on January the 6th, that 10% of those people that's supporting this type of idiocy and this type of hatred are falling by the wayside. They are the minority. I want to speak on a couple of things. You know, or whether you know it or not, I've been boycotting professional sports since the Carolina Panthers played the Denver Broncos, because I felt like there was no way that that game should have gone the way it went. Now, if Denver would have won what I thought was legally or fairly, I would not have been in the situation that I'm in. It was exacerbated by the fact that when Colin decided to take a knee, it became this rallying cry for somehow when we protest, it's anti-patriotic, it's un-American. So get over your bullshit, Republicans. Cancel culture. I've never heard anything so idiotic in my life. So I'm going to just tell you this. Growing up, my dad was a hell of a shortstop. You understand? The first place my dad took me, I'm from New Orleans. I've said that and I'm a proud New Orleanian. I'm wearing a Yankees jersey. This is a Reggie Jackson throwback jersey. My grandfather hated the Yankees and loved the Brooklyn Dodgers. They loved the Dodgers simply because that Branch Rickey was the one who decided to give Jackie an opportunity to play in the National Leagues. So the Yankees was one of the major teams that treated Jackie like a redhead stepchild. They treat him like a subhuman when he played. And as a result, my grandfather hated the Yankees. So when they picked up Reggie Jackson, and I said, well, they said, well, why are you a Yankees fan? I said, because of Reggie Jackson, Dad. He says, man, you don't know what I was like, Dad, but it's not like that anymore. He said, boy, things haven't changed. And in some ways they have. But if my dad were sitting next to me today, what I would say to him is what I'm saying to you. The more things change, the more things remain the same. Because you can't have good without evil. Even the best of us have our days when we profess to not being our best when it comes to doing well or doing good. So I understand that. I'm a diehard Yankee fan. I traveled all the way to Toronto to watch him play the Blue Jays. Okay. Wasn't the only reason that I went, but folks, Facebook has gotten into this thing where I've been warned a couple times about the things that I'm saying or the things that I'm posting being not meeting their community standards. So to Mark Zuckerberg and all of the Facebook people, I want to tell you this. I am your community. The people that follow me, the people that listen to me, the people that think like me, the people that behave like me, we are your community. There will come a day when there's going to be something that competes with Facebook. And when that comes up, rather than see it bought out by Zuckerberg so that he has a monopoly on us being able to communicate amongst around the internet and interstate and intercountry, intercontinental, I'm going to be the first one to advertise it and give this nonsense up. I'm trying my best not to curse today, folks. Major League Baseball. They're pulling the All-Star game out of Atlanta. I applaud them for doing so. My problem is, and I've said this for the last 3 weeks, Georgia is not the only one that has passed these, I call it James Crow III, because just like COVID, this shit has mutated and it's gotten more sophisticated. It's no longer Jim Bob and Bubba and Clem with sheets on their head, hiding in dark shadows and traveling in the depth of night under the cloak of darkness. Nowadays, it's This woman whose last name is Green, and I'm not going to say her first name. It's this idiot whose last name is Cruz. It's this idiot whose last name is Hawley. It's this idiot whose you get the picture. These are the people, because of how popular and how powerful Donald Trump became, just spewing hate. They're following his lead. The problem is, and what I said in the post that I posted, and let me see if I could find it. Since they don't want me to post it, I'm gonna read it. I'll tell you what I said. I say cancel culture, question mark. Fuck out of here, Trump-OP. We are the American culture. Your policy of open American hate died on November the 3rd, 2020. My question is to Major League Baseball, with 43 of 50 states who have some type over 250 pieces of regressive James Crow III voter restriction legislation on the books, where will Major League Baseball be able to move this game to that's more progressive, that thinks like the rest of America? 8 million people. Now, I'm not saying that the 7 million people that all voted for Trump are as regressive or non-thinking as these folks are. But we have to send a message to them that this nonsense will no longer be tolerated. This nonsense will no longer get them elected. So all of these people have to be identified. Once they make their presence known, once they make their agenda known, we have to come up. That's going to be our counterculture to get rid of your behind. So I don't know where I've been trying to follow, and I've just kind of been out of the mix. This is one of the reasons why you see I take these, after I do my podcast, I take 1 or 2 or 3 days off from Facebook, because it's becoming, we can't have any one person deciding what is community standards for the rest of us, especially when this person is responsible for promulgating the hate that transpired since 2015 into 2016, all the way up to now and beyond. So I'm not gonna make this long, folks. I just had something I wanted to say. And Facebook, you can't silence me. If you don't play it there, I got it on YouTube. And pretty soon it won't be on YouTube, because everybody that's hearing my voice now, I implore you, as soon as I finish this, I'm going to put my YouTube channel up. I implore you to go to my YouTube, sign up so that you can get me, so that you can hear what I have to say. We have to send a message to them that he does not have the final word on what we say, when we say, how we say it, and to whom we say it to. So that's your man. Omit the logic. We can't expect this shit to make sense. But hey, I will see you Thursday right here. Same Baptiste time, same Baptiste place. As always, important. This your man signing off. Love, peace, and Indian hair grease. I had something to say, baby. I had to get it off my chest. So thank you guys for your attention. I'm humbled that you listen to what I have to say. If I didn't feel like it had to be said, I wouldn't take it upon myself to say it. But as Martin said, if not me, then who? If not now, then when? Go to my YouTube, sign on, subscribe, hit the bell, give me some thumbs up. Let me know that you're feeling me. You understand? With that, I'm out of here. Love, peace, hair grease. Later. Later.